Adam Christ for MyMMAnews.com here with Taylor Pierce ahead of his Stellar Fights 42 grappling match, no-gi grappling match against Sean Ashley, which will be on the main card, the main portion of the card. Like I said, Stellar Fights 42 at Exhibition Hall down at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. Taylor, man, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
Sir, how's it going?
Oh, man, it's always going great when I'm here with my friend Surtees.
Yes,
How's it going?
It's going good, bro.
Yeah?
Training hard, staying busy, staying focused. This match kind of came out of nowhere a couple weeks ago. The guy's opponent dropped out, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll grapple. I'll grapple that guy."
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did that come to fruition? We were talking a little bit off camera. You said you know some of your people have grappled with them before, and not only that, but it has to be kind of a huge honor being on the main portion of the card in a grappling match at an MMA card.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. I think Brad recognizes we're both good grapplers.
Yeah.
I think he knows it'll be a good match, and it's worth putting on the main card. You know, I don't think it'll slow the tempo down of the fights at all. You know, I think me and him will both go for the kill, and it'll be a good match. You know.
So, speaking of, you know a little bit about him, tell us a little bit about his game opposed to your game. What do you see in him? Obviously, I don't want you to give away too much of your game plan, but what do you see in him as a grappler, his go-tos, stuff that you can pinpoint out that you can also register in your book and fight back in? Essentially, what do you see going in your favor opposed to his? What holes do you see in his game?
So first off, he's good at leg locks. I wouldn't say he's a leg lock guy,
Right.
but he's good at leg locks. He's good all around. I've seen videos of him rolling with some of my friends. He just submitted some good guys at a tournament he just did. But again, I wouldn't say he's a leg lock guy. I think he's well rounded. I saw he has good defense, and I think a lot of the things, offense wise, he'll go for, I think will play into my game big time. I think he'll be lacking on me in a couple areas, and I think it'll play right into my game. You know, everyone knows I'm pretty versed in leg locks, and they also know I'm very well rounded as well. So I think me and him, we have similar styles, and I think we're gonna play off each other nice. I think when two jiu-jitsu styles complement each other, it's awesome to watch, you know, and people who can see what's going on can really get to appreciate it.
Now, I want to get your prediction, of course, but we'll save that for later. But what I want to talk about is your transition coming into this and going into your pro career. Because like you said, this grappling match came out of nowhere, but essentially some can look at it as it came at a perfect time because you're coming at a transition period where you're looking to make your pro debut. And, you know, in the MMA game, anything can happen as far as, you know, taking blows, and you can get hurt at any given time. Whereas in the grappling game, you can get a little bit more experience under your belt and not have to worry about getting severely injured as much. And like I said, this takes place at a perfect time right before you make your transition in the pro MMA career.
This is true. It's cage time. You know, if it goes the whole limit, it's 10 minutes of cage time. And like you said, it's experience. You know, I was hoping to go pro in April, but it didn't work out. You know, I guess getting a debut fight in Delaware was a little more difficult than I had anticipated. I was hoping on something to happen in July, and now I've got a date in August, you know, talking to Art of War, and then if that doesn't work out, I'm talking to King of the Cage about September. So this is a good time to kind of get some cage experience in, you know, so I'm not just sidelined for too long, you know, just being in the gym. It's competition, so it's good. You know.
So you making your transition with, like I said, you're talking between Art of War and King of the Cage, two huge promotions. You couldn't ask for a better debut. I mean, you don't have a preference in the matter because both, like I said, are clear, you know, prime choices.
For sure.
But what are you looking forward to most in finally making the transition into going pro and getting the amateur levels out of, you know, behind the seats, so to speak?
So what I'm looking forward to as a pro is obviously getting the respect, you know, taking a step up and starting to really show everyone I can hang with the big names out here. You know I can. Everyone's like, oh, this guy, that guy, he does this, he does that, and I see a lot of holes in everybody. I think a lot of people don't work as hard as me. I think there's even, you know, when I don't have a fight booked, I'm working harder than people who have fights booked. You know, I really live this life, and I'm a fighter. You know, there's a lot of athletes in MMA now that aren't fighters, and I think when they catch a real fighter, it's an issue for them. And I want to bring that to the table. I want to show people I can fight on my feet, on my back. People are going to struggle to get me down, and if they get me down, it's going to be an issue. You know.
Question: do you feel overlooked in the regional scene?
I don't feel overlooked. I try and stay humble a little bit, you know. The people that know me, they know who I am. I think some people might look at me, you know, and not really think much of me, but, you know, anyone who's ever trained with me, they know I'm the real deal, you know.
Fair enough. How do you finish Sean Ashley?
The tightest ankle lock in the world, and if he doesn't tap, he's going to need a bag of ice for his foot.
There you go, Taylor Pierce, ahead of Stellar Fights 42, taking on Sean Ashley in a no grappling contest in the main card portion of the evening. For Taylor Pierce, I'm Adam Christ. Keep it locked to mymmanews.com for all your fight news needs. Taylor?
Yes, sir.